morning. Well, it's day one of lockdown here, but the sun's shining, which helps. So today I'm going to concentrate on hips and shoulders. I've been told that I'm in a lot of shadow, but hopefully you can still see the poses. I need to tidy up the other end of the room if I'm going to reverse this round. I'll work on that today maybe. So we're going to come into child's pose first. So child's pose, Geraldine, if it's uncomfortable on your feet, get something underneath your ankles. What else are you going to need today? A belt. And somewhere I've hidden it. Maybe your block or bricks, so have them ready. And go to child's pose. So child's pose. Knees together and sit back on your heels. Now, knees, you can take the flesh from underneath the bottom of the knee, lift it up so you're drawing the flesh over the top of the kneecap to ease the knees a bit more. If it's really uncomfortable, you can have something here or underneath your feet, but child's pose. And then coming forward. So bringing the head down towards the floor, arms go back, palms up, and just be there for a few minutes, feeling your body, being aware of the breath. Feel your ribs against your thighs. Go on relaxing your arms, your shoulders, your hands, your fingers, your face. Feel the breath into the back body, the back ribs. Take long, slow, deep inhalations, long, slow, deep exhalations. You're going to come up by squeezing the knees together, draw the abdomen back and coming up. So I'm going to work with feet, I think. What you're going to do is come forward, so put your hands on the floor, turn your toes under, really turn the toes under. Now sit back on your heels again. Inhale, raise the arms up, look up. Ooh, it hurts the feet. Exhale, lowering the arms down. Inhale. Exhale. One more. Ooh. Inhale. Exhale. Lean forward, come to all fours. Spread the fingers. Press down into the hands. Arms straight. Really stretch across your shoulders. And then cat and cow. Exhale. Tuck your chin to your chest. Round the upper back. Round your spine. Look towards your navel. We're just going to do holds today. So once you're there, then start to breathe. Keep the belly drawn back. And on the inhale, we're going to start to slowly bring the head forward, lift the tailbone up, arch back in a reverse direction. So work on pressing the hands into the floor, lift of the tailbone, drawing up the lower abdomen and breathe. neutral. So nice tabletop with the back. You're going to stretch the right arm forward and look towards the fingers. Stretch the left leg back. Keep the abdomen drawn up. And breathe. Stretch away with the toes, stretch away with the fingers. You bring the hand back to the floor, bring the knee back to the floor. Other side. Stretching forward with the left hand, stretching back with the right leg. Press down with the right hand into the mat, keeping that right arm nice and solid, nice and strong. And breathe. Lower belly drawn up, stretching into the fingers, stretching away with the toes. And bring the left hand back to the floor, bring the right knee back to the floor. Now you're going to rotate the hips. So what you're going to do is really press down into those hands. You're going to raise the right knee out to the side. Ooh. And then start to rotate big circles with the knee. And reverse the direction. Are the arms both still straight? And put the knee back on the floor. So do the other side. So just lifting the leg up and out to the side, rotating that knee. Big circles with the knee, rotating the hips. Reverse the direction. And put the knee back on the floor. So at any time, always remember you can sit back on your heels, you can take child's pose, you'll just sit comfortably cross-legged. But you decide, listen to your body. So dog pose, turn the toes under. Should be nice and easy after that first movement with the feet. And then lift your hips, keep the knees bent, press into the floor with your hands. Stretch from the shoulders right up to your tailbone. Long back. Relax your head, so the knees are still bent. Let your head and neck relax and say yes and no with your head. Yes and no. Easing out the neck. And then let the head hang down. Just relax the head and neck. Keep pressing in with the hands. Keep lifting up with the tailbone. And then you're going to press, keep the left knee bent, press the right heel into the floor and hold it. Let the belly draw up. And bend the right knee. Press the left heel into the floor. Feel the differences in your hamstrings. This is much harder for me on this side. And then bend both knees. And then stretch both heels back to the floor, or towards the floor. Bend the knees, stretch the legs out. Bend the knees, stretch the legs out and hold it. Let the belly draw up, pushing into the hands, chest coming towards your thighs. Head and neck relaxed and face passive, so don't grit your teeth. And bend your knees. Sit back on your heels. And look what we're going to do next. So the next move is going to be Parigasana. So you need to be turning to the front edge of your mat, kneeling up. So even in this pose, the bottom wants to stick out the back. So hips forward. So push your hips forward. Lift your chest. That keeps your diaphragm open. Plenty of oxygen going into your lungs. I'll mirror image for you, I think, if I can remember. Get my lefts and rights going properly. So kneeling up in the centre of your mat, that's a little bit better. You're going to take the right leg out to the side. So you want your front knee to be on the front edge, your left knee to be on the front edge of your mat, and the right foot comes out to the side, and have the heel and the foot in line with that edge of the mat as well. So we're setting the pose up. Keep the hips moving forward, and then take your right hand and turn it up onto the thigh. So palm up. Stretch the left arm up into the air. So feel a lovely stretch from your hip to the armpit, armpit right up to your fingertips. Really stretch it out. And then you're going to take a big inhale. And as you exhale, you're not going to stick your bottom out, so keep the hips forward, keep the chest lifted, and as you exhale, slide the hand down your leg. So I'm looking for a lovely big stretch and an opening of the ribs on your left side. And then breathe. And as you breathe, see if you can slide a little bit lower on the exhales. Keep stretching away with that top arm and the fingers, so don't let the elbow go. Really need to stretch it out. And inhaling, coming up. Take the arm down. So now you're going to just turn the foot. So we're going to join two poses together. Turn the foot to the front to enable your hand, this hand, your left hand, to come tipping over. So you might want to block, but I think most of you probably make it to the floor. So fingertips come to the floor, again in line with that front edge of the mat. You can have your hand on your thigh here, and then what you're going to do is raise this leg up into the air. Ooh, stretch away with the toes. Oh, feel it in the hips. Breathe. And lowering the foot. Coming back upright again. Knees together. Well done. And the other side. So taking your left leg out to the side. Lining up the knee with the heel. So using that front edge of your mat. Hips forward. Hips forward. And then you're going to take the left hand, palm up onto the leg. Stretch the right arm up into the air. Now really stretch before you even go over. Feel the stretch. So keeping the hips forward, start to go. Exhale. Slide the hand down. Stretch the fingers. Keep breathing. And then on the exhale, see if you can go a little bit further. Message me if you manage to clap. Inhale brings you up. Turn the foot to the front. Right hand's going to come down onto the mat. So just tipping over. So you've got your hand onto the mat. The other hand's on the thigh. Raise the thigh up into the air. Point the toes. Ooh. Keep the hips forward. Breathe. Oh, and lowering the leg down. And bring the knees together. What do I want to do with you next? All right. Going to spin round again. So you're going to do dog pose. So come into all fours again, spread the fingers, and then turn the toes under. Just move swiftly into dog pose, walk the hands back, and then hanging down in Uttanasana. Bent knees, have your chest on your thighs if you can, and just rest your head, let it go down and hold the inner upper arms, and just be there for a minute. So this is an awful virus we've got. So concentrate on your breathing, make it long and deep. See if you can strengthen those ribs and lungs and intercostal muscles. Feel the pressure of the rib cage against your thighs. Feel the movement of the breath in your back body. And now just relax your hands and arms to the floor. Tuck your chin onto your chest. Rounding up one vertebra at a time until you're upright. Good. So my next one is just to Uttanasana, awkward pose. I'll do this sideways on for you so you can see what you're doing. Feet are together, knees are together, and then what you're going to do is you're going to bend the knees, sit down as though there's an imaginary chair there, and then take your fingertips to the floor. And now you're going to keep your hips where they are. You inhale, raise the arms up, and look up, and breathe. So now we're going to combine it with a twist. So you're going to take your left arm to the outside of the right leg, right, and just above the right knee. Press the palms together and twist. And if you want to, you can look over your right shoulder to complete the twist. Release the hands, fingertips to the floor again. Inhale as you lift your chest, lift the arms, look up. And then taking the right upper arm to the outside of the left leg, press the palms together, take the elbows apart. And then turn if you want to. You can look at the floor, doesn't mean you don't have to turn your head, but if you feel stable, turn your head to look over your left shoulder. And then coming back to fingertips to the floor. And then relax your head, relax the arms, coming back up. One vertebra at a time. Trikonasana, just a basic Trikonasana. So standing in the middle of your mat, feet are together, and then you're going to step the feet apart, stretch the arms out. Now the arms, we're going to work shoulders in a minute, so what I'd like you to do is don't let them just hang there, stretch into the palms. Get rid of the bingo wings, and then draw your shoulders back. So draw your shoulder blades towards each other so the arms are nicely in line. And then come up on the toes of the mirror image again. So come up on the toes of the left foot and turn them in slightly. Come up on the toes of the right, spin the heel round so that the heel is in line with the instep. So then push your hips forward. You tend to stick the bottoms out. So push the hips forward and keep them forward. Lift the kneecaps, you need to engage your thighs. And then extend to the side. Extend, extend, extend until you can't go any further. And then just take the hand down onto the leg, wherever it comes to. Doesn't matter. And then stretch the top arm up. Press the thumb on the leg to help you to lift the chest, open the chest towards the sky. And then if it's comfortable, you can look up to the thumb. If not, you can look forward. And once you're there, let's concentrate on the breathing again. Lower belly, pull back. Get some breath into the lungs. Stretch the rib cage. brings you up. Exhale, turn. Again, re-establish the arms. So this time it's going to spin on the heel of the right foot, up on the toes of the left. That's it. Line up the feet. Hips forward. Inhale. Exhale. Extend. Keep those thighs lifted. Keep the kneecaps lifted. Thighs working as you extend and go down. So taking your hand onto the leg, wherever it is. So you've got your thumb on the inside of the shin, or not the knee, but in the inside of the shin. Press the thumb to open your chest. Get it to spiral up towards the sky. Stretching the top fingers up. Take the shoulder back. Turn your head if it's comfortable. If not, you can look forward. Inhale brings you up. Exhale, turn the feet to the front and lower the arms. Step the feet together. Virabhadrasana 2, warrior. So step the feet apart. Left foot turns in. Right foot turns out. So in this one, I've got buzzing going on here. Hope you're not picking it up on the sound. Bend the front leg. So bend the front leg. So what we're looking for is to get a nice right angle. So you might need to adjust your legs, adjust your feet in order to get that right angle. So once we've got the right angle, work the back leg. Take this thigh back. Take it back and push into the outer edge of the back foot. Stretch the arms, bring the shoulders together. Sink down a bit lower and then turn your head to look along the fingers. So feel as though the tailbone tucks under, the belly draws up, the chest lifts. And then I'm going to get you to straighten that front leg and bend it. And straighten and bend. So if you go a little bit lower each time and bend. And then keeping that bend, you're going to take your right hand onto the thigh. You're going to turn in front, let's do your left, I'm doing right mirror imaging, aren't I? Left hand, left thigh, turn the palm up. Turn the palm of the right hand, and then you're going to raise the arm up into the air, so another nice side stretch for those ribs. And you're going to go reverse warrior. So slide the hand down, look towards the foot. Inhale brings you up. Next move, I haven't given you before, but you're going to interlace your hands behind your back, stretch your arms away from you to lift the chest. Now you're going to start to lean forward. So you're going to come forward with your head and chest. Now, what you can do is you can just rest your shoulder on that thigh if you'd like. If not, get it in front of the thigh. Lift your arms up high into the air so your head's coming down towards the floor. And breathe. You should be now feeling it in that hip joint, because I am. Inhale, start to lift the head and chest, straighten the front leg. Ooh. Turn the feet to the front, release the arms. We now need to go on the other side. Stretch the arms out, and right foot turns in, left foot turns out. So establishing that base, and then bend the front knee, adjust if you need to get that right angle. So go on lifting your chest, draw the shoulders back. Once you're there, go to bend and straighten, bend and straighten, bend. You can go a bit lower this time. Gaze along the fingers, hold the pose. Keep working that back leg, keep taking the thigh back, pressing into the outer edge of the foot. And then you're going to take your right hand, turn the palm, place it on the thigh. Left arm comes up by the ear, and then reverse warrior. So let the hands slide, a bit like Parigasana. You've already done it once this morning. So let the hands slide down the leg. Look at the back foot. Keep sinking down. Inhale, bring the arms back. Interlace the hands behind your head. Stretch the arms away. Exhale, come forward. So rest your shoulder if you want to, or your chest. If not, inside the leg, stretch the arms up into the air. Inhale, start to come up, straighten the leg, turn the feet to the front, release the hands, step your feet together. Oh, hope you felt that. I did. Right, so now we're going to start working the shoulders. So standing in Tadasana, bring the feet together. So the first one we're going to do is Gomukhasana, which is that one. If I stand further back, hopefully you can see it. The hands, don't see sideways. It's that one. So feet together, take the arms up so that the upper arms are in line with your shoulders. Then you're going to take your, I can't mirror image in this, knee twists. So you're going to take your right hand, right elbow over the left. So the backs of the hands come together. Then the left hand comes round the front of the right hand into Garudasana. Draw the elbows down. Feel the stretch across your shoulders. So some of you might like to take it a step further by bending the knees as you did in Utkatasana, and then the right leg comes over the top of the left and hooks round at the back. And unravel. Undo the arms, bring the arms up. So the opposite, so left over right this time. Draw the elbows down. Sit down again. And so this time it's going to be the left leg over the top of the right, and hook the toes round if you can. Or you can just touch the floor with your foot, doesn't matter, whichever you want to try. And if you're very wobbly, try and sit down a little bit lower, it helps. And then unravel. Coming up, unravel the arms. Ooh. Oh. Right, we're going to squat now. So feet hip distance apart. Raise the arms up, shoulder height. And just bend. I want to keep the feet parallel in this one. So you're going to bend the knees and your toes will come off the floor. No, they won't, your heels will. You're going to bend, come down. Let the heels come off the floor until you can get your fingertips there. You're going to hear some sound effects now, I think. My knees, I can hear them this morning. So lift your chest like a frog. So now we have a few choices. Depending on your hamstrings, you might want to take blocks or blocks at this point. Because what you're going to do is, if possible, take the hands flat to the floor. If not, fingertips. If not, blocks. So we're going to stand up in a minute. So it will be your hamstrings. So I'm going to take my hands flat to the floor. And then tuck your chin to your chest or relax your head down. And then straighten your legs up into the air. Make sure those feet are parallel. So tailbone goes to the sky. And then bend your knees again. Coming down. Looking forward. And then looking down with the head, tailbone to the sky. See if you can straighten your legs or be wherever you are today. Last time. Down you go. Looking forward, let the chest lift. And then looking down, straightening the legs. Oh, can't click definitely today. And then bring the hands onto the waist. Inhale, coming up. Ooh. Take the feet wider apart and turn the toes out. You know what's coming. Sumo. So, hands in position of prayer in front of your chest. So in sumo you want to keep the back straight as possible. So as you come down, tuck the tailbone under, keep your chest lifted, down you go. Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. And inhale brings you up. Exhale takes you down. Concentrate on that lift of the chest. Last time. Down you go. And then hold it. Use your elbows into the knees. Press them apart with your hands. Then tip your hands forward and rest your forehead on your hands. See if you can drop your bottom a little bit lower. Lift the head up. Start to come up. Ooh. And step the feet together. You're going to sit on the floor now. Dandasana. I'm going to work sideways to you today because I think you need to know where we are, so you can see what we're doing. So your next one is a straightforward Dandasana. So sitting, get the buttock flesh out of the way, hands by the side of your hips, press the backs of the legs into the floor, toes towards you, heels away from you. So calf muscles pressing into the floor. Press down with your hands to lift your chest. Head level, eyes level. Now you're going to take your hands further back, fingertips point towards you. So you need them further back. Stretch your hands into the floor. You need to, in this pose, you need to be able to keep the arms straight. So press into the arms, works your wrists, this one. Lift your chest. Now you're going to lift your hips. Stretch your feet away from you. Keep lifting your hips so you can look forward, you can look straight up, or you can look back, whichever you prefer. But most of all, breathe. Exhale brings you down. I'm not going to make you do that more than once. Let's stand back to Dandasana. Sitting nice and upright. Bend your knees and put your feet flat on the floor. Navasana. So you're going to, in this one we want that nice V shape of the body. So you're going to take your hands just behind your knees, keep your chest lifted, and then start to tip back till your feet come off the floor. Bring your shins up. That's it. So if you want to, you can see if you can straighten your legs up into the air. And if you want to, you can take your hands like boats, Navasana, boat pose. Hang in there. 3, 2, 1. Hold on to the backs of the knees. Put your feet flat on the floor. I'm now going to do half boat. So these are working your abdominals. So lying on the floor. Interlace your hands behind your back and bring your elbows forward. So your hands or your arms are wrapped around your ears. Stretch your legs out onto the mat. Inhale. Exhale. Start to tuck your chin to your chest, round your upper back, lift your shoulders off the floor and then lift your feet off the floor and breathe. Ooh, lower the heels, lower the head. Take your hands away from the back of your head. So the next pose, I think you might like to have a look first of all to see exactly what I'm going to be doing. So part of it you've done before with me, part you haven't. So in this one, bend your knees, feet flat on the floor, and you're going to take I'm going to just show you quickly first so that you can see what's going to happen with the feet. So we're going to put one foot on top of the other thigh, just by the knee, and then bend the other one into your chest, thread your hands through so you're holding onto the back of the thigh, and then pull the legs towards you and push away using your elbow to open up the hip. So that's that's what you're used to doing. So my next move for you today is, so your feet and legs are going to stay exactly where they are. You're going to release the hands, take them out to the side, palms down. Now watch what happens. All you're going to do is tip to the side to take that top foot down onto the floor. A lovely twist. Right, so let's work together. So feet flat on the floor. Put your right foot, ankle on top of the left thigh. Bend your left leg in towards your chest, thread your arms through, hold on to the back of the thigh. Pull the leg towards your chest. Use the right elbow to open up the right hip. Then keep the legs where they are, take the arms out to the side, shoulder height, palms down. And then keeping the legs in exactly the same position they are now, just drop that right foot down to the floor, over to the side to twist. Inhale, bring the legs back again and unravel and put your feet flat on the floor. Bring your arms back down by your side. Other side. Bend your left leg, place the ankle just above the right knee. Bend the knees, thread the arms through, draw the legs towards your chest and use your left elbow to open and press against the left leg to open up that hip.